The in-season tournament, they are all playing basketball for some sort of NBA Cup. We're not sure how important it is, but they're certainly making it seem like it is important. Okay, in-season tournament. So real quick, here's a breakdown of the in-season tournament. Every single team competes for the first ever NBA Cup, right? Each conference, East and West, has been split into 3 different groups. So 6 total groups, 3 groups per conference, and each group has 5 teams in it. Now, during the month of November, on Tuesdays and Fridays, there's group play. So you play on Tuesdays and Fridays only. You play the teams in your selected group in your conference. And whoever has the best record from all of those group play games on Tuesdays and Fridays only, they advance to the next round called the knockout round. Bear with me, okay? Also, there is a wildcard team from each conference that will make it into the knockout round. This wildcard team is picked on a couple different levels of scoring. Head-to-head record with the group stage, point differential in the group stage, total points scored in the group stage, regular season record from the last season, 2022-2023, and a random drawing if all of these things kind of add up. It's very unlikely that they'll do a random drawing if all those other things that I just mentioned create a tie. Now, what are my thoughts? Cool. Initially, cool, fine. I'm not sure totally. I think it's exciting. Random games will actually mean something. For example, the Celtics have the Raptors in their group, and so when we play the Raptors on one of these coming Tuesdays or Fridays, instead of it just being a shitty game against the Raptors, it will mean something. It will mean a step towards the Celtics maybe getting the first ever NBA Cup, which, would be pretty cool. Jason Tatum got the first ever Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP trophy. It'd be pretty cool to also get the first NBA Cup. Now, here is my biggest concern before I get into my predictions about this NBA in-season tournament, or my confusion rather. We are 5 games into the NBA season. 5-6 games into the NBA season. Why is this happening right now? Why would it, none of it, why? None of the teams have played more than 10 games. Let the season get into it a little bit. If it's supposed to boost competitive nature in the regular season, wouldn't you want to do it during the parts of the season that usually see the biggest lull? Like January? Usually a lot of players rest January and February before the real push towards the playoffs. Even late December. But doing it now, teams are amped up. It's the beginning of the season. Everybody's playing. Everybody's vying for a good spot, good stats. You don't need amped competition. I don't know why. It seems kind of like a false start to do it so early, 5 games in. Let's start the tournament. 5 games. Oh, it's 5 games in. Let's do the tournament thing. It's 5 games in. Let's do the tournament. No. We should at least have 20, 25 games under each team's belt before we do any kind of tournament like this. It just seems a little bit hasty, but I'm super excited for it. All of that being said, I am excited. It's competition. It's a trophy to be won. Don't know if I really care. We'll see as the games go. If we lose a game in the tournament round in the group play, maybe I'll be pissed. Maybe it'll be just like a playoff loss. I don't know. It's kind of exciting. First of ever anything is exciting. I just think it's way too early. Do it in late December. Do it post-Christmas. You have all the Christmas games. There's a lot of festivities. Do it post-New Year's, right? January. What if instead of November, it was in January? I think that'd be much better. But they're doing it now, and it's kind of exciting. So let's go over my picks. My picks for this, I'm going to do my picks for each group, and then who I think is going to ultimately win the in-season tournament. Now, like I said, yes, games got underway on Friday, but I promise I made these picks before the games on Friday. The results of the games on Friday, 14 teams played, 7 games. The Pacers, the Heat, the Bucks, the Nets, the Trailblazers, and the Nuggets and the Warriors all are 1-0 in their group play. The Cavs, the Knicks, the Wizards, the Bulls, the Grizzlies, and the Mavs and the Thunder are all 0-1 to start. So, West Group A, we have the Memphis Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns, the LA Lakers, the Utah Jazz, and the Portland Trailblazers. My pick for this group is the LA Lakers. Like I said, I'm not a homer. I'm going to pick all these unbiased. Yes, the Lakers moved down into the lobby. But in a group play like this, LeBron James in big games is going to be a big-time player. It's what he's going to do. Anthony Davis, I feel like, is going to step it up. I think this team will play well in big games, and I think they'll play well in the playoffs. But I think in these in-season tournament games, they're going to play well. Also, looking at the rest, Memphis Grizzlies are 0-6. Is that really going to change? Phoenix Suns, they got moved down to a standard room, and I don't trust them. They're losing to some pretty bad teams. Utah Jazz, they're frisky. Or are they? We don't know. But again, I don't see them really pushing. And then the Portland Trailblazers are a parking lot team. West Group B. So we have the Lakers for Group A. West Group B, Denver Nuggets, LA Clippers, New Orleans Pelicans, Dallas Mavericks, and the Houston Rockets. For this, I have the obvious pick, and I hate doing an obvious pick, but I have the Nuggets. Why? Because they're the most, first of all, this is the most talented whole group. All of these teams are super talented, young talent, experienced talent. I just think the Nuggets are too good and too experienced in big moments. Winning a championship really sets you apart from other teams as far as executing down the stretch. And I think that this team is really just going to blow the doors open in these big games and know how to execute late in games, know how to put themselves in a position to win, and then Jokic is going to get everybody open. I think Zion is going to play great in the tournament. I think the Pelicans are young, they're feisty, and they have a lot to give. And I think that they're actually going to find themselves maybe in second place in this group. If it weren't for the Mavericks, like I said, I'm high on Luka right now. I think Luka Magic can really be put on display on this tournament. He's playing so well right now. Okay, so West Group C. So that's Nuggets for Group B. West Group C, Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, and the San Antonio Spurs. My pick for this is the Warriors. I think I've displayed I trust Steph Curry in big moments. I love the way that they play. Same thing with the Nuggets. The Warriors have won 4 championships. So, of course, they have experience executing down the stretch, knowing what it takes in big games, and I just trust them, okay? Especially in this group. The Kings are too young, and the Warriors play pretty well against the Kings. The Minnesota Timberwolves, I love Ant-Man. I think he'll play amazing in the tournament. But again, if I'm taking them or the Warriors, I'm taking the Warriors. Oklahoma City Thunder, they're probably going to be second in this group. A little bit too young with Chet. I just don't know if they're going to be able to handle the high-octane energy this early in the season that the Warriors will definitely present to them. And then the San Antonio Spurs, maybe Wemby has a huge in-season tournament. Wouldn't that be cool if Wemby won it all in the in-season tournament and it was like this rookie leads the team to this first ever NBA Cup? It's not going to happen. But if it did, it'd be pretty cool. But I got Warriors for my Group C. Let's move over to the Eastern Conference now. East Group A, Philadelphia 76ers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks, the Indiana Pacers, and the Detroit Pistons. Yikes. This is not a pretty group. My pick for this, you would think, would be the 76ers, seeing as they were just in a suite in Title Hopes, the Hopes Hotel. But actually, it's the Atlanta Hawks, the team that moved from the lobby to a standard room. I love the Atlanta Hawks. I think early in the season, Trae Young, plays well. And I think he's going to play well in the tournament. I think they're going to have the best record in this group. And I think that they're going to really, they're going to make a little bit of a splash. I don't see them going far in the knockout round, but I see them winning this group. 76ers are going to be second in this group, but I got the Hawks in Group A. The East Group B is the Milwaukee Bucks, the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, the Washington Wizards, and the Charlotte Hornets. As much as I want to pick the Heat or the frisky Knicks, give it to New York, the mecca of basketball, I'm going with the Bucks. I just am. I'm going with the Bucks. So you know why. Lillard, Giannis, again, like the Warriors and the Nuggets. This Bucks team has serious championship mettle, and they know how to execute down the stretch. I'm going to say that a million times, but in big games, that's what it takes. And so I trust the Bucks the most. And finally, in East Group C, we have the weakest group in the entire tournament, the Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets, the Toronto Raptors, the Chicago Bulls, and the Orlando Magic. My pick is My pick is the Boston Celtics. I mean, this group, like I said, I don't know. Basically all of these teams except the Nets and the Magic, The Nets and the Magic are lobby teams for me, but the Bulls and the Raptors are both like almost surefire season-long parking lot teams. So I will probably eat my words here, and the Celtics will not make it or something like that, and I don't know if I'll care or not, but for right now, I got the Celtics picked. And then my pick for wild card for each team, like I said, or for each conference, I have the Heat in the East. I think the Heat are frisky. Hate playing the Heat. Hate playing the Heat. But I think the Heat will come out on top there. And for the Western Conference wildcard, I have the New Orleans Pelicans. I know, crazy. The New Orleans Pelicans. Why? Like I said, I think Zion's going to shine. I think Ingram's going to shine. I think they're really going to play well. And I think in the end of the day, McCollum, early in the season, always feisty, always plays well. He's averaging a high amount of points. He looks good. He looks integrated into this team. So I trust the Pelicans actually to pull this out as being the wild card. And then my pick for the entire thing, I just got to be a homer. I got to do it. I'm sorry. I'm picking the Celtics to win the first ever NBA Cup in the first ever in-season tournament in the NBA. That's my pick. That's who I have. Homer? Yes, but I don't care. Want to know why? Because the Celtics are the balls. The Celtics are the balls. That's why. There's no other way, because the Celtics are the balls. That's what it is. And so I'm picking the Celtics. Those are my guys. So that's the in-season tournament. Like I said, excited for it. I do want to pull up real quick, get people's opinion in the comments and stuff here. What do you guys think of the court and the jerseys? It gave me a headache on Friday watching the like bright red court beaming. It just didn't look right. Couldn't really see where the players were. It just doesn't seem right. I don't like it. Nothing about it brings me joy. I don't watch it and think, cool, whoa, it's so colorful. I look at it and I go, maybe I'm old. But I think a lot of people kind of feel the same way. A little bit ugly, a little bit much. It's the NBA. It's professional sports. Let's come off it. But I am going to pull up real quick a graphic of the Celtics court and the Celtics jersey. These I don't mind. Like these I'm actually kind of into. I mean, the jersey is way better looking than any of the other jerseys. Like some of the Nets jerseys are disgusting. Like the Nets like children's letter, like the font is stupid and the colors aren't right. It doesn't feel like New York. It doesn't feel like Brooklyn. But this is like any other Celtics alternative jersey. I like it. I like the little gold on the side. I like the lettering. I like the font. I think it's fine. I take it or leave it, but I do like it. And then the court, I don't like the all solid court. And I don't like that it's not parquet. The Celtics at home have been playing on parquet forever, for the entirety of the franchise. And this court is not parquet, but it's also just like deep green. The Celtics green is Kelly green, first of all, not forest green. That's more like the Bucks. I don't know. We'll see how it looks on TV. But for right now, I guess it's fine. But tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know if this is something that you guys think is good or bad. Like I said, I don't like most of the courts, but I can stomach the Celtics, especially if they're winning on it. That'll really do that. So yeah, I guess that's it. Nothing else to talk about. I'll see you next week for the next episode of The Dribble.